ever back down from nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And this week we're talking about winning. Yay! Winning! Got the regular gang here, starting with the return after a couple of weeks of absence. One super fan, Mike. How are you, super fan?
Good. I'm tired of travel.
You're
To quote a fun TV show, I got kind of tired of packing and unpacking.
well, yeah. Well, you know, did you set the dial properly? Or?
That's right.
Okay, just double checking. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have 2 more trips to go. This starting tomorrow morning and coming back Tuesday, and then I'm done.
Wow. Okay. Well, then
At least I'm here for football, right?
You are, exactly. Are you back for next week's? No, not yet. We're taking a break next week. Huh?
Right.
That's the trick. Okay. More to come on that. Also, here is the wonderful Commissioner Kayla. How are you, Commish?
We won.
That's
What a strange feeling this is.
I know, right? It's weird, but it feels good.
It feels good.
I can get used to it.
You know, one of the best parts of Sunday was the commish meeting the new commish.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That
Or all the way around.
Yeah.
The new commish.
Oh, I didn't say
meeting
which
our
one.
commish.
That's
Yeah.
right. I
That
guess
was,
fair.
more
That's up for
important.
interpretation.
That's very true. Yes. No, I love that he came by and was at the tailgate and obviously enjoying what we had. He seemed to think that that tailgate was well done, and even though it was slightly underattended due to the fact that the rain, kind of rained all morning and then cleared up for the game, but still, very cool that he came by the tent. So
Yeah.
I was
I feel
very
like
happy with that.
the rain may have helped, though, washing away the olds and letting the new come back. And I also told the commish that, hey, if they win, you're going to have to come back.
Exactly. That's exactly what I told Kobe, because
See
he
you
was
Sunday.
sitting beside me. I'm like,
Yeah.
so you know what this means, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You don't change, you come back.
I haven't taken this shirt off since No, I'm kidding.
Nor
I
should
have.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if you smell. We just want the W's.
Beautiful. Well, you asked for it next Sunday, and we'll look forward to that. Thank you for joining us on the show this evening. Whether you're joining us, you've probably downloaded the podcast, or possibly you are checking in on us on YouTube Live or Facebook Live, or possibly on Twitch, or maybe you're catching us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. If you are doing that, thank you for taking some time to hang out with us. I want to remind you that no matter how you're watching, if you are live, throw your comments into the chat, and we will get to some of those as we go along throughout the show. And finally, make sure you check out the Zazzle store, zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop. I want to say thank you to Len, who picked up one of the Can't Catch Football with Your Face shirts. We will give shout outs to whoever picks up any of that gear. So thank you very much for picking that up, Len. And it was awesome to see it on somebody else. I got to get my order in for my new tailgate stuff. And we've got some new designs coming in there before too terribly long. So keep your eyes on the shop. So, guess what, guys?
What?
For game recap, we get to play a different one. Woohoo! Game recap.
Oh, it
There's
just
confetti
hits
and
me.
everything. Just
I
for
know.
you,
Love it.
Commissioner. Yeah. I tell you, exciting. Like we said before, I'm not sure what this feeling is, but what was that honking sound that we had in the game recap? That's right. It's a W, baby. The Elks strike early and keep the foot on the gas to get through to the 39-33 win over the Ottawa Redblacks. One that didn't always look like it was a no-doubter, but for most of it looked pretty good. So
Exciting football.
let's talk about what is going on in this game. We'll start with you, Kamish. What'd you see?
Oh, I saw a lot. I saw 2 clutch catches from Dunbar. Ooh, that one-handed one in that stretch out later
Oh.
on were just
I thought there was no
Oh.
way he was catching those.
The stretch
Oh.
out from the pass from Cody was unbelievable. Yeah.
so good. So good. And again, just like reinforces the fact it's so nice to have a veteran, but a veteran who seems to be like getting better with like, is he fine wine? Because he seems to be improving each year. No?
He does. And
Well.
he went 6 for 6 for targets and catches, so that was good. I feel like he's like on the edge of having a massive game.
I agree. Got the little like ooh, in the tummy, the butterflies, like something's coming.
Have the what?
I don't know. You know when you just like feel something's good is coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's right there.
I thought it was just like a very well-rounded game overall. I mean, there's definitely room for improvement. And I think one of the biggest things, at least from the defensive side, is Eugene Lewis was kept to 75 yards. And I mean, receiving yards. And I mean, that's still like quite high, but for a Eugene Lewis, I was like, okay, I'll be impressed. I am impressed about that. So
I think it was like a majority of the OC yards came on that very last drive.
yeah,
Like,
right.
So
and 1 touchdown. Like,
yep. Also, one massive drop, which I thought was a little bit.
I mean, he did have that
uncharacteristic.
very, very, and
Yeah.
maybe it was like nerves. Well, maybe, who knows? But I thought that was. I was very afraid because I think we all thought he was going to light it up, especially coming back to Edmonton, given the circumstances. So the fact that he got a touchdown and average yards, it's just not the Geno that we know. I mean, there's so much to talk about, and I don't want to steal it from everybody, but I have to say Rankin.
Yes.
All-purpose yards, 174 and 2 touchdowns.
Yes. Yep. He had a monster game.
Oh,
monster game.
He's
and he was an incredible interview after the game too.
Oh, but he always is. He's a funny character. I'll say like he is. Yeah. Y'all can go watch the interviews yourselves. Like he's just that is who he is. Like he holds
Ain't
nothing
seen
back.
nothing like it.
Nope.
No, that's the yeah.
And I mean, I think we can all like thankfully bite our tongues about Vincent Blanchard because he's been flawless.
I
got the game ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well
or the game helmet, I guess.
Yeah, but
the fire truck one?
Yeah.
Or not fire truck. What are they called? Fireman's helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
I think we should give one of those out every podcast. Who gets the fireman's helmet this week? Yeah, that'd be.
Or the extra thumbs up.
That's right. Yeah, who gets the? We're gonna do that at the end of the game. At the end of every show, people can vote for who gets the thumbs up this week.
That's right.
Okay.
That would be fun.
I think we do that.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna start that this evening, just for fun. All right, super fan. I know you wanted to talk Rankin, but what else you got?
Well, I mean, like I was gonna say, normally if you're talking about not talking about the quarterback, you're talking about the top rusher or the top receiver. In this case, it's the same person.
Yeah.
Rankin with 69 yards in the air and a touchdown and 105 on the ground and a touchdown, which is amazing.
Mhm.
But his backfield mate, Javon Leake, sort of breaking the curse. First return touchdown since Deontez Alexander a couple years ago, but first punt return touchdown in 10 years. As well, he is the 6th longest return touchdown in EE history. The only people that have ever had a longer one are 4 guys named Gizmo Williams and Tony Tompkins.
Wow.
Yeah. So pretty impressive. Pretty heady company to be in for sure.
Really.
Just love how those two work together. And as you alluded to in the interview with the thunder and lightning, I love being able to watch those two guys, especially when, again, Trey, a very pedestrian night for running.
Yes.
He sort of let it all happen with his arm. Because everyone is having to respect the fact that he could run, that opens up opportunities for the other two backs, which is always great.
Yeah.
And he still had that crazy where he got out of the pocket when he was getting swarmed too. So he still got to see a little Trey magic.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that if it gets to the point where they stop respecting it, he's going to burn him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, 100%. And
Mhm.
I had a good laugh actually, because this is the first game, I want to say probably close to 10 years, that Nicole and I just went to the game. There was no kids. There was no, and so I said, "Oh, there's little Trey magic." And Nicole looks at me. She goes, "That looked a little bit more like Trey friggin' lucky to me," but it was
Whatever.
crazy.
Got to be lucky to be good.
Yep. We'll take it. Anything else there, Mike, you want to bring up?
Yeah, like I said, just you brought it up already. We're talking special teams. It's just amazing to see Vincent Blanchard go 8 for 8 since he went 0 for 2 on field goals and 1
Correct.
for 2 on converts. He hasn't missed a convert, hasn't missed a field goal since then. So I don't think we're going to go all full Ryan Balaneski and say he's going to be undefeated by the uprights, but for now, I'm really enjoying just watching him mature and evolve into what obviously Coach Killam saw in him going into the season.
Yeah, I think Coach Killer has a big effect on that. I think he just, he puts his faith in, and I also don't want to take anything away from Cody Grace, who I think is helping to just kind of stabilize, that whole unit, right? You've got Burton Cron, going to Cody Grace and then the kick. And I think the more that they work together, and you can kind of see there's that veteran side to Cody Grace and his working with Killer before, I think that actually plays out. And that's part of the reason that we're seeing the success from Blanchard. Don't get me wrong. He's kicking well too, but, but not only just on field goals, but on kickoffs. Yeah. Like he had a 74 yard average on kickoffs, and his long was 92.
Vinny B.
92 yards on a kickoff. That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
It's all right.
So yeah, he did all right. So I do want to talk a little bit about Trey, but I before we get there, I want to talk about the defense, because the defense, for the most part, held to field goals for most of the night. I felt like they did take that step forward the third quarter. They were just holding to field goals. Yes, in the fourth there was the touchdown, and yes, there was the touchdown to Gino, a good play there. Still a lot of bend, but not as much break as we've seen in the last little bit. So I was really happy to see that step forward. And really, if it wasn't for that last drive, they held Ottawa to probably just over 300 yards. But that last drive was pretty big. So
that happens when you're playing a prevent, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Give them lots of yards and hoping that it just takes the time off the clock.
Correct. So yeah, I thought that was good, but I also, massive shout out to Chalin Garnes. 9 tackles on the night.
Yeah.
That's usually reserved for Nick Anderson. And he was just all over the field in really his second game as the starter. Yeah. So I just, very, very impressed with him taking that position, and excited to see those 3 play together. So those are my big things.
Where did he get slotted again?
He was playing in the Sam linebacker spot. So, it was really a cover guy, and he did very, very well. I will give lots of credit for that. So
it's nice not to see people get burned so badly in the secondary.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else that we wanted to touch on there, Kamish? Anything we missed?
No, I think we basically covered it all. Yeah, just like it's so nice to have a special teams that's pretty solid.
Special.
Yeah,
they only had the one. I mean,
return.
the return. and by the way, all of our thoughts to Devontae Dedmon. That looked like a
Oh.
awful injury, and I never like to see good guys get knocked out of the game.
Yeah.
But then Pimpleton comes in, and all of a sudden the punt return, the punt cover looks like Keystone Cops, I believe. Is that what you said, Mike, or Paul
Yeah.
said? But other than that, the special teams looks really good, and Mathis with the giant catch
Yeah.
at the end.
You better freaking catch that.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis. It's Zach. It's Zachy Mathis. Yeah,
That's right.
But yes,
The secret agent
goes Mr. French Fry and grabs the. If you don't know what that is in reference to, please check out our good friend Morley Scott's podcast, Antler Up, where they talk to Zach Mathis, and we talk about how he is in love with French fries. So
okay, but in all fairness, who isn't? And I'd like a list of those people.
Except for the fact that all the people who really like French fries don't look like him.
Well, that's true.
Like tall, skinny.
He's rather slender.
Yeah,
he's live.
He says he eats a large and a small every time. I'm like,
French fries?
Man, that's.
I mean, I'm not. I had French fries for dinner. That's why I'm just like.
But are you a connoisseur? Where did you get them from? Did they have enough salt? All those things.
My air fryer.
See, and that's
were they McCain's?
They were the super fries.
There you go. It's McCain's. There you go. Good Canadian girl. There we go.
Cavendish. Good fries. Yeah. Okay. We could go off forever. Anything else you want to touch on, Superfan?
No, I think that covers it. It's just great to see all three phases having some excellent plays, both offensively and defensively on special teams, and other than the one return. Yeah. There's a lot of good things to talk about. I don't think we talked about Trey Ford having his second perfect quarterback rating of 158.3.
He did. Now, I do know though that he and Paul pointed this out on PFF. He was one of the lowest rated quarterbacks.
He was the lowest rated,
because his throws were just screen passes and turned into big things. But
he did what it takes to win.
Hey, I was going to say, a W is a W. And that's maybe if I had a small criticism or things that I would like to see them improve on is some of the play calling. And now, to be fair, I don't know if it was play calling or play execution, especially late in the game where they're, turning and stopping and catching the ball at 8 yards instead of at the sticks.
Is that on Trey or is that on the receivers, right?
Exactly. Or is it on the call? Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. And this was just brought up in the chat from our good friend, the Podfather. Perhaps triumphantly returning.
The Podfather Part 2.
Yeah. The insertion of Fajardo. I keep saying Fajardo when Trey was rolling, and that was twice. At that point, Trey was 8 for 8 or 10 for 10.
He was 8 for 8. Yeah,
and they put in Fajardo, and it just seemed to sag.
Yeah,
every time that happened. Now I know they planned it in advance, but why? Why wouldn't you just wait for a moment where it's like, you know what? I think we need to settle him down rather than we're going to do it on drive number 4 or whatever.
When he's flying, right? Yeah. And I agree. It's odd timing. Now, so
it's hard to get a rhythm.
Yeah. Coach Killer said they had planned it, and so they stuck to their plan. Okay, fine. Trey said in his interview afterwards that when Cody first went in, their iPads weren't working properly and they couldn't get the right angle on the defense. Yeah. And so then they had Cody in, and then when Cody came to the sideline, they could talk about what they were both seeing. So I guess, but again, when you have a guy who's 8 for 8 and 2 touchdowns on first 2 drives, it's an odd time to make the switch. So we'll see if they keep doing that or not, but I know for all of us, we were all like, is Trey hurt? What? We're all looking down the sideline. Nope,
but he seemed to be fine. So
well, I also heard something else too. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but there was some illnesses about in the locker room, and I don't know if maybe someone was feeling a little nauseous or oh, I need a quick break here for a second. I don't know, but that's something else to consider.
Yeah, it's entirely well, and I think again, my wife with a wonderful lie. She goes, it takes a long time to get those sticky pants off, which made me laugh a little bit. I'm like, yeah, well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But who knows? They did plan for it. It's fine. Everything worked out, so
Yep.
we'll be happy with that. All right. Usually this would be the spot where we talk about roster moves, but there are no roster moves this week. A little bit of stability, which is what we are looking for. So
Haven't seen that in a few years.
correct. And so if we're not talking about roster signings, then Mike, you all set?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's time for Hold and Tell.
Lovely.
Right. Oh, look at that. It's already focused and everything.
Look and see, I tell you, I'm learning, man. I'm like
Yeah,
almost
I
in
know.
mid-season form. Yeah, it's crazy.
Almost.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots of different things are behind me and beside me and everything else. One thing I love is anything that's got a historical representation or significance, and an incredibly talented artisan. And I have been discussing little what are called Pocket Pro helmets. They're the helmets that are about 2 inches, inch and a half in height and diameter. You see them all over the place, but he actually 3D prints and paints and customizes them himself. So I asked him to make me a set of all the Edmonton helmets worn in the last 76 years, and boy, did he deliver. So I want to kind of go over these and show what they look like. We're going to go chronologically, starting with a 1949 to 1950 helmet.
Wow.
Not only does it look like that, he does the inside as well.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So these ones were at the very beginning of the sort of plastic helmet replacing the leather helmet days. That's the kind of helmet you would have seen worn by people like Peter Lougheed. They did change the color going into 1951. They were green.
I like the presentation.
You can see they also had a dark green stripe, the rivets on there, and again, the inside.
Oh, wow. That is
absolutely
so cool.
Stellar work. The rivets on the back, the chin strap. Moving on to 52, they got to be a little darker of a green color.
That looks a little more like the color we like. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, that incredible inside work.
Oh, man.
And then we moved to 1953 through 1964, where we got that classic
yes,
color with
real
the
gold
single face bar.
Nice.
Yeah. They wore those again for a good 12 years. But in 1959, they decided to experiment a little. For most of the games, they actually decided to put the numbers on the side of the helmet.
Oh, wow.
So this is the first one I've got with numbers on it. And this is, of course, 91, and it was only can be Jackie Parker. They wore those every game that season except the last game of the season and game number 8. In game number 8, they switched to a green number. So that. Number 95, of course.
Norm Kwong.
Our one and only Lieutenant Governor.
Yes.
In 1965, they kept the gold helmet, but they added a special feature. They finally added the iconic EE logo. Number on the back, number 77, being one and only Tommy Joe Coffee. And I love those double face bar.
Awesome. Holy cow.
I can't get enough on the incredible attention to detail that Lance puts into these.
I agree.
66, same color helmet, but they added a green stripe.
Okay.
And you can see number 23. That was Butch Presley, who was a halfback back then. Again, you can see that sort of white green oval with the white logo on it. And in 66, we changed it all to the new gold color.
Wow.
Again, the single stripe. And in this case, number 18 was Randy Kerbo, I've talked to many people who were fans in the mid 60s, and almost all of them, Randy Kerbo was one of their favorite players.
Oh, nice. Okay. Did you pick the numbers that went on?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay,
I was
cool.
gonna
Them last
ask. I was gonna ask if there's significance to them for you.
Yeah, I mean, 91 and 95 obviously are going to be big numbers, and Tommy Joe Coffey was another guy from that sort of that mid 60s period. And then Kerbo was another one I picked, but 23 was Lance's choice, so I'm not sure where
Okay.
that came from.
All right.
In 1967, we went from the single green stripe to the now sort of classic white stripe with the 2 green stripes. They wore this until 1979, and who else better? Number
Yes.
12
Wilkinson.
with that
Nice.
single face mask
Yeah.
bar. Absolutely love that. And then once we got into the 1980s, we changed things around a bit, went from the gray face masks to the white face masks.
Nice.
All that same look. And
Oh,
we have
yeah.
one. And again, now you've got a different
Look at
kind
the
of
detail.
interior.
Wow. That is
Absolutely
so cool.
shocking how good it is. And then we get into 1990. That was until 1995. 1996, we changed. We added that new logo that looked like this.
Yes. All right.
And you can see on the back,
There's
it
the-
actually
oh.
has the bumper. It has the CFL logo.
Oh,
It has the
wow.
Canada flag. And number 27 in the early 2000s can only be
Oh.
one person.
That's right. It's Singor Mobley.
Singor Mobley. And again, incredible
Oh.
attention to detail. Lance made sure to customize it to whatever helmet that player wore. So there'll be different helmets throughout that represent what that player themselves would have wore.
So cool.
In 2003, so that helmet was worn from 96 to 2019. In 2003, for a single game against Toronto, we wore a special tribute helmet, which was again with the green face masks, but going back to the white stripe with the 2 green stripes and the old logo for the 25th
Nice.
anniversary of Commonwealth Stadium. They kept the green face masks, so that's really the main difference between these two is just the color of the face masks.
Okay.
And then again, with the ones that were there, they had a different kind of striping on that.
Yeah.
So they wore it for just the one game. Number 34.
Oh,
There's the West logo. That'd be Mike Pringle.
yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. 2000 and 2008.
Okay.
2008? Yeah, that sounds about right. We added this logo for the 60 seasons. Hopefully you can sort of see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can kind of see it in there. Yeah.
And number 12,
So is that Moss then?
that was Jason Moss.
Yeah. Nice.
And then starting in 2011, 2008, just that season, just for the Labor Day game and rematch, we wore a
Oh,
green
yes.
helmet
Oh.
Green. Yeah. Those are cool. Yeah.
with the yellow stripe as opposed to the green stripe. Number
Oh,
15.
I know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Friend of the show.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, that was incredible
Wow.
attention to detail there. There we go. Now we're into 2009. We had the 60s retro season, that helmet. So
Oof.
the difference is,
Oh, yeah, you
this
can
one
see-
is the original. You can see, the helmet is very different and the logo is white. Whereas here they had a transparent logo. So very similar, but not quite exactly the same.
Okay.
This one, they didn't have numbers on it. So you can
Okay.
have it whoever you want it to be. But it
Nice.
even has that 60s seasons logo on it.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely fantastic. He's even got the Riddell logo on the front and back.
Oh, amazing. Wow.
Followed up in 2010 by the 70s retro. And we had this gem here.
Yes, that is. Oh, man, like just the detail in the front of that
It's
is unbelievable.
It
And
really
again, the
is.
70s, number 38. Any guesses on that one? 2010.
2000.
They called him 38 Special.
Speaking.
Speaking of return touchdowns,
Oh, Tristan Jackson.
Tristan Jackson.
Oh, look, and I pulled that one out.
You pulled, I don't know where you pulled it out of, and I don't want to know.
Nope.
Um,
Probably a safe bet to not ask.
2011, 2015, we started wearing different helmets for away games than we did for home games. We have this one here with a fantastic face shield.
Wow.
And those
The
interesting little decorations on the top there, worn by number 4.
Darius Bowman.
That's right.
Yep.
One of the Dairy Eye.
The Adair.
And then we get into, this is the one that is 2014 to 2018, where we wore the signature helmets.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
With that
Look
striping.
at how nice that looks. Holy cow.
And again, all the stuff on the inside and the number.
Oh, Michael Riley. Yeah.
There it is. Who else we're going to have?
Trigger Riley, as
Yep.
Odell calls him. Yeah.
Exactly. And then in 2019, for 2 games, we wore the reverse, which was the yellow helmet with the wide green stripe. Number 7.
Man.
Speaking of people,
Trevor Harris.
You gonna say you had a trigger, now you got a sniper.
Yeah.
And again, it has that new logo on there. And then we get into the post-COVID times. This one I think is pretty special to me.
Oh,
We have that again with the face shield.
Okay.
And the number is on the side.
8.
87.
7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
Darrell Walker.
Darrell, yeah.
But most important, I don't know if you can quite see it there. There's the Joey tribute sticker.
Oh, wow.
Aw.
That's amazing.
Yeah, with Edmondson on the back. And that same year, we also wore for just 2 games, Game 5 and Game 11.
Right. The one
With that logo.
actual-
Again, with the Joey tribute on it.
Mhm.
And this one, actually, it's on this side. It's hard to see because it's behind the face shield or the strap. Number 94.
Oh, Jake Seresna.
Still our Jake Seresna. Just a couple
Yes.
left.
All right.
Now we're getting to
great. This is amazing. Yeah.
2022 to present. So we are still wearing these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Number
nice.
17.
Is that Dylan?
This is a
Dylan
Dylan Mitchell.
Yeah.
I got that one because that was one of my son's favorites. And his other favorite to go on to the 2023 Game 9 and last year. With the Indigenous logo.
So nice.
So nice. Yeah, that's awesome. With Trey Ford. Yeah,
Troy
Troy.
Ford.
Yeah, very cool.
And last but not least, the one we started off the season last year with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 75th.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Such a nice logo.
And again, that beautiful attention to detail.
Yeah.
And number 48.
Oh, all right. 48. A little Nick Anderson.
Little Nicholas Anderson. So
Nice.
huge thanks to Lance. He's on Facebook. He's all over the place. I would highly recommend if you were interested in any of these for any team. He's actually a Rider fan, but still a good guy.
We can forgive him for
Yeah,
little
he's
things.
done a
Yeah.
full set of Stampeder helmets going way back. I think the hardest one's going to be BC because BC's had so many different helmets. But if you're interested in even just grabbing 1 or 2 or this small handful of different kinds of helmets, let me know. I can hook you up. He can get you exactly the helmet you want. I'm thinking maybe in a little bit, maybe I'll even get one of my son's, little bantam football helmets.
Yeah,
That would be
that's
kinda
smart.
cool.
Yeah, just kind of work your way through. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I'll get the link from you. I'll make sure I post that when we're in the comments of the
I'll
chat-
be
or the-
posting. He's also sent videos of each one on a little revolving platform. So I'll be posting every one of those on the Edmonton Football History account.
Oh,
Amazing.
fantastic. And we'll we can put the link in when we get the show out, so that way then people know where to look for that too.
Absolutely.
So, I may have to chat with him because that looks freaking cool. Like to have though, I have a spot where I could put them all up and it would look
Yeah.
so.
And again, they're not huge, right? Like, I mean,
no,
it is kind of funny though, because they are
I think they were like this big.
like, look at the size of the helmet size differences here.
Wow, that's nuts.
Slightly bigger.
Oh,
So,
so cool.
the attention to detail, I've yet to see better. So,
Oh, amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Superfan. That was
For sure.
awesome as always. before we bring in our beer aficionado, we are having a home game this week, and that means Tailgate will be open at 2
Sure
p.m.
is.
Superfan, what are we having at Tailgate this week?
Another popular item, we've got tailgate pierogies. So these are pierogies that are cooked in slow cookers with a cream, sour cream, and cheese sauce on top of a bed of bacon and kubasa. It is as incredible as it sounds. They sell out super fast. I don't know how many we're going to be able to bring, but we'll bring as many as we can. And once they're gone, they gone.
Absolutely. So we will be, we'll be setting up around 2, and game is at 5. So now we need to know, well, what do we have with these wonderful pierogies? Well, first down, this beer. All right. I love that Linda laughs at that every time. Like it makes me happy.
Such a child.
Outstanding. Hello, Linda. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Good
Well, thank you for joining us. And what do you have for us, our surprises this week?
Okay, well, first off, I want to say my congratulations on the W to the Elks. It felt good. It felt very, very good. So what did we do differently? Obviously, as fans, we have immense personal responsibility towards the success of our team. So what did I do differently this time that could have resulted in the win? And honestly, I broke at least a few taboos. So it could mean anything, but I think the most important one was at the 3-minute warning, Paul did not warn me. Paul always warns me, no matter where we are in the world, I get a 3-minute warning. It did not happen. So did this tip the scales in our favor? I don't know. Feel free to vote in the chat, but I honestly don't know what to do about it this time. So that said, so Sunday we got a visit by the BC Lions. I brought in a couple more BC beers, neither of which I've tried. This live tasting is an experience for me. So of course, being the Lions, I wanted a cat theme. So
I'm glad you said cat. I was worried you'd say the other word, but okay, that's good. Yeah,
maybe in the playoffs, right? Yeah.
Sorry.
So what I have here is a collaboration between the Superflux Beer Company in Vancouver and the tattoo parlor that's next door to them. So sure, why not? This is called Super Cat Tattoo, and some of my best friends have tattoos, so I'm in. So Superflux makes good beers, but really for my money the last few years, they're all kind of variations on a theme, big, juicy, hoppy things. So today it's going to change. Well, the hoppy part anyway. So I present you Super Cat Tattoo Strawberry Lychee Lemonade Fruit Beer.
Oh, that's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. So they blended strawberry puree, lychee puree, a bit of lemon juice to create a not too sweet, not too sour treat. They say it is bright, refreshing, and absolutely delicious, and I'm about to find out.
All right.
Okay, they're right. Yeah.
He says a fruit and word salad.
Yeah, I think this would go over very well at a tailgate, especially
Nice.
on a warm day. But it's 7% ABV, so beware.
Doesn't that make it better?
Well, for me it does.
Yeah.
But in any event, the only Super Cats I want to see on Sunday are this beer and someone's tattoo, preferably in an interesting place. The Lions can just take a powder.
That's fair.
An interesting place like under the grandstands, right?
Okay, got it. Yeah. That's totally what I was thinking.
So Mike says, Mike just went through the tailgate menu. I heard a crock pot of pierogies with potatoes and cheddar served in cream and cheese sauce with bacon and kielbasa. So to simplify, I'm calling it comfy. Crock pot, carbs, cream, cheese on meat, fat, yummy. So comfy.
We each changed the menu to say comfy.
So there's a lot of layers of the best kind of evil in that menu. So it took me a while to sort out a pairing. I won't lie, I had to dig deep for this one. And so I have come up with Hot Rock Time Machine Rock Lager. See, there's rocks all over it. So a rock lager is a historical beer style that I've never tried, but it's made modern right now through a collaboration between Brass Neck Brewing and beer breweries in Vancouver. So rocks are heavy, but this weighs in at just 5.2. I shouldn't say just, that's average. What is it?
I thought it was a B-52 song.
Well, now I'm going. So this is a German lager heated with hot granite rocks.
Oh.
And the brewers said that they had a dangerously fun time heating up granite rocks until they were glowing red and then chucking them into the mash tun to change the temperature and composition of the beer. And they hope that we drinkers will enjoy this stone decocted lager beer made with love, silliness, hot rocks, and premium ingredients. So I'm expecting bread, sweet, malty, clean, a little bit hoppy. And if I'm right, it should stand up to the tailgate menu.
Wonderful.
Actually, I haven't enjoyed a lager this much in a while, but I probably still want something gutsier, but this would do the job.
Oh, okay.
So yes, this is a rock lager. Unbelievable.
Rock lager. Okay.
It wasn't a rock.
And apparently they've been snapped up like hotcakes or hot rocks, so you might not be able to find it.
Okay.
Before I wrap up, I just wanted to say a little bit about the pairings from last Sunday with the brisket poutine. So collectively, we've got reports from a lager, an IPA, an Irish stout, a porter, and a red ale. And Andrew, I think you'll agree, I think the porter and the red ale were the most satisfying.
Absolutely.
And I think if that Irish stout would have been an American stout with a different finish, it would have been right up there as well. So thanks for playing along, and thanks to the pod, and go Elks.
Oh, it was fantastic. Leanne says the reason that they won was definitely the beaver that resulted in the win. That's what it was. Whatever that pink beaver is. I'm going to be using this, the comfy for many shows to come. Yeah, that's the important. I might title the podcast that just because it's more. I am a fan of the way that actually that red that was actually way better than I thought it was going to be with the brisket.
For those who don't know, it is in fact rutting elk red, and what else would it be?
Yeah.
From Grizzly Prob Brewing in Canmore, and it was an excellent match.
I will likely have some even at this game coming up. I still have some left over.
I need to try it.
Yes. Okay. Done. You're in. All right. Wonderful. Thanks, Linda. Do you want to stick around for the game preview or?
Your call.
Yeah,
Your call, lady.
I only have 2 beers open, so.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Not going anywhere.
Let's keep it rolling then. I like this idea. All right. So I already said it, but it is that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview.
All right, the BC Lions, as you said, are in town to play the Edmonton Elks at Play Alberta Field, Commonwealth Stadium. On Play Alberta Field at I think I'm going to get it right one of these times. 5:00 is game time this coming Sunday. The tailgate, as we said, opens at 2. Come get your pierogies and bring all of your fancy. What was it called? Super Cat Tattoo?
Yes, that's the one.
Sounds like it was good. Yeah. Bring that and come and join us for some football fun. Now, BC is coming off a very dramatic last-minute win over the Montreal Alouettes. The Elks are trying to kind of build off excitement from the game last week, the big win at home. Can Mark Killam get his second win as a head coach of the Edmonton Elks? I believe he can. Let's talk about what we are going to be watching for in this game. Commissioner, I'll start with you.
Well, I have some keys to the game, just in my very humble and quasi professional opinion. Not
Okay.
very.
Wonderful.
I think I saw Jerry actually bring it up in the comments, which I had it written down, was one of the things that I actually forgot to bring up, which I'd like to see more or improvements on, is the defense. More sacks and more tackles for a loss, please. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We-
So, especially in this game, you really have to go off after Nathan Rourke. And I mean, he's got good legs too, but you got to bring that pressure on him. And I think one of the biggest things that we have to exploit is the fact that they like to turn over the ball a lot. 15 total, I believe, this year.
Mhm.
And also, they have a tendency to take a lot of penalties. So if you can kind of, act it up a little bit, get in the try to pull out some of those penalties from the BC Lions, because clearly they have a bit of a temper tantrum nature about them, if we are to believe what we saw after that Montreal game.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
And I think, too, just one of the biggest things and keys is controlling that time of possession and keeping the ball out of Nathan Rourke's hands. And for the love of God, don't let Sean White get anywhere near that field goal by the end of the game. No.
We say no to Whitey.
No.
Bad
No.
kitty.
That's right.
Bad.
Everybody bring water bottles to the game and just squirt them out on the. No, bad. Get away from there. You're not allowed to be on there. Super fan, what are you watching in this game?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I thought when I was thinking about this game was just play the front seven on defense. We need to see a little more pressure. I think our defensive backs probably played their best game so far this season. But the more pressure we can get, the more we have to force, whether it's Nathan Rourke or Jeremiah Masoli, to have to throw the ball early or run and change that launch point, because he's got a lot of pressure, the better it's going to be for everybody on that defense. How many sacks do we have in the season? 2? How is that possible, given I think we do have the 2. Serezna had one, and was it Robbie Smith?
I thought it was Noah Taylor. Noah
Taylor,
got one
right.
in the first game. Yeah.
So that's just it. Like 2 sacks. Considering how high we were on this defense, there's no way we should be leading the league in sacks, we thought. So I'd like to see that, and I'd like to see a continued growth from Trey. Again, yes, he wasn't necessarily doing anything spectacular with his throws in the game, but he did what he needed to do to win. And if that's what it takes, then fantastic. We do see growth from game to game to game, and I want to see that continue. And then on special teams, let's have more, please. Other than making sure that they don't score on us, that would be kind of nice. But
Well, I mean, set small windows here, Mike.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Could you just play a perfect game? That'd be great. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
right?
looking for.
Asking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 60-0 for us. Go. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about it. I'm just saying. Okay. Linda, how about you?
Well, last week I said defense, and I think I'm going to have to watch defense again because watching the offense drives me bananas. Like I just hated the play calling. I don't think it was uh, Trey being shy or something. I think,
It seems a lot like BC last year.
yeah. So I didn't. I just those 8 yards when we need 10, and those sorts of things were kind of making me crazy. I need to see. I need to see another run back for a TD because at the moment that that was happening, I got a call from Amazon that I had to let them into my building, and I ran up the stairs and actually missed the play.
No.
Oh,
Do that more.
Oh, ah.
Order more
Right?
things from Amazon.
There's another taboo that I broke. Right? I
Yeah.
left my seat, and yeah. So and then the TSN recording didn't work, so
I can hook you up.
I found it on YouTube, but so I've seen it, but I couldn't hear the Amazon guy because the crowd just went up, and I thought, and here I am in the concourse. What
Of
a
course.
wank! Oh my god! So,
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Well,
uh,
I'm gonna call you right as somebody kicks off next week so that you go up to the concourse. Look, there's another one.
I guess the other thing that I'm really watching is there was just too many plays where the receiver had to stop, turn around,
Right.
and plant, and I would like to see something over the shoulder,
Yes.
something where you've got momentum and
Over the
a little
shoulder
bit.
number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. What was that, Mike? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they did have that reverse though. That was pretty.
That
It
was
was
pretty.
yes,
It was
it was. It was very nice.
More of that.
More of that.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Curly Gittens Jr. Like just the little toss up that he ran in for a touchdown actually counted as a passing touchdown?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh, but yeah, I guess he kind of did pitch it forward. It was just made me laugh a little bit that's the way that got scored. But okay, well, I'm going to be watching the growth of the offensive line
Yeah.
because when we played BC in week 1, we gave up, I believe it was 4 sacks. And they were just, you could tell it was like they were just trying to learn, and I see growth from them every game. And obviously this last game they were opening holes for Justin Rankin, and of course he was
Mhm.
taking advantage of it. But
You could have run through them, apparently.
apparently that's what Justin's. I looked at Tommy, right, who's standing beside me. I'm like, you can see me, right? Like, no, I still wouldn't have been able to run through that. Yeah, exactly. I'd have been drilled. But I am watching for continued growth on that offensive line. One of the ways that this team is going to have success is to have a successful running game. And I know, Mike, you've been preaching that for years. We've said on this show, run the damn ball. I don't know how many times, but
All of them.
pretty much. But I do think that it's a key to this team's long-term success is to be able to run the ball even when they expect that you're going to be running the ball. And that comes down to what can that O-line do to open that up. And so the more that I get to see them kind of play together, this was the second week now where they had Mark Evans in at guard on the left-hand side. So this will be a third week where they have that consistency. Does that pay off in opening up more space for both Rankin, Leak, and hopefully Trey Ford to use his feed as well, just to keep the defense honest? I do want to see that, and like you guys said, of course, I'll be keeping an eye on the defense, but I think that this focus really needs to be on, like Kayla said, holding the ball for more time than Nathan Rourke. And to do that, they're going to need to move the ball and get some runs going. So big watch for the offensive line to have some success this week.
Mhm.
All right, let's get into some pick'ems.
You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's pick'em, it's pick'em, it's pick'em.
All right. So we will, of course, we will do the Elks one last. There'll be a prop bet. If you have ones that you would like us to use, throw it into the chat, and we will get to some of those. And I think, Mike, you've been away for a few weeks. I think it's your turn to pick the prop bet this week. So
okay.
I'll set the line, but you can figure out which one you'd like to go with. Now, as it turns out at this moment, Kayla is still in the lead with a record of 14-6.
Wow.
It's
Well
an
done.
amazing record. Yeah.
It's early in the season.
Mike,
Run with it.
you're at
Just enjoy it.
13-7, so
Yeah.
you're right there.
Yeah, you're right there.
And I'm 11-9, so I got some major catch up to do. I had a crappy week last week, so whereas you guys did very well. I didn't make that switch to BC, and I thought that was going to pay off for me, and then stupid clock timer person, dumb. Anyway, should have been.
Wait, you switched to BC or you switched?
I did not switch
Oh,
to
you
BC.
did
I
not.
left it
Sorry, I
at Montreal. You
misheard.
guys switched to BC, and then I'm like, I'm going to leave it at Montreal.
No, I was always BC.
Were you, oh yeah, you picked
Yeah, I was
BC
the one that
from the
switched.
get-go. You switched.
Linda did too. Yeah.
Yeah, Linda picked BC right from the get-go. Yes, I remember her saying that last week. So, and then the prop bet last week was Elks fourth quarter points at 13.5. They scored 10, so it was under, right? Was it 10?
They did 7.
They did 7, so it was under.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was under.
okay.
Ottawa had 10.
There we go. All right, so we all got that one right, so that's lovely. Okay. So this week, we only have 2 other games to pick because it's the first week where we have 3 teams on bye.
wow.
We only have games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. So that's, I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a break at the same time. And this, of course, is the one that we're playing right before we go into a bye week. So first one, Calgary at Saskatchewan. This happening in the Rectangle. Linda, you get to pick first this week.
Oh,
I know. Can they both lose?
I know,
Yeah,
you know. I know,
Yeah.
you know. I'm picking Calgary.
Oh my. Well,
Wow.
there we go. Okay. That's it's a tough one. I get it. Super fan?
I'm going to pick the meteor that comes down and strikes the stadium.
I like that. I like that.
I was so tempted to actually call the tie just because it would be the worst thing for both of them. But I think I'm going to have to go with the home team on this one. So we'll go take the Riders.
All right.
Just for our good friend
Missioner?
Janice, whose birthday is today.
Oh, happy birthday, Janice.
Hey, Janice.
Yes.
Is Mayor starting?
They
Is
have not said, I don't think for sure, if Mayer is starting or if Harris is starting. They interviewed Harris and he said Calgary poses a lot of challenges. I remembered that, but I don't know if it said whether or not he was actually playing.
Oh my gosh.
Against the former team?
Oh, Harris will start, according to
From Paul's lips to your ears.
That's right.
I don't know. Saskatchewan has so many on their injured list right now. It's just, and Calgary's rolling. Ew. Am I picking Calgary?
I know.
If you found yourself getting a rash, then apparently you have.
Yeah, what are you
I'm
picking?
just scratching myself, so
Yeah.
gut says red.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. I am going to pick the Riders to lose.
Oh, I'm the only one picking the Riders to win. My goodness.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna. I would rather say that the Riders lose than anything else. That makes me happier. All right, the only other game we have, another tough one to pick. Ottawa is visiting Hamilton. Super fan Mike, you get to pick first.
Home team sweep this week.
Oh, all right.
Ottawa is not in a good place right now.
Okay. Why? Now, why do you say that? Other than the fact that we beat them, but
And everyone else has beat them too, except for the first game. So,
no, because didn't they beat Calgary?
Oh, that's right. That was the second.
They beat Calgary with Dustin Crum in.
Right. Well,
It was crappy
Maybe that's the
weather. Don't
problem.
get me wrong, but yeah, that was
maybe that's the problem is that Dustin Crum isn't in.
That's Probably.
I have a feeling that Hamilton's going to take this one at home in the, what is it called now?
I don't know.
Is it no longer the
Not
donut
Hortons
box?
Field anymore. I don't remember
Nope.
what they.
It's not?
Nope.
No. Steel Co. Stadium.
Ew. How dull.
I can't remember.
Let's
Anyway,
go Princess Auto.
it's no. That's the gif we need right there. That's perfect. Somebody will make that for me. I appreciate that. Kayla, who you got?
Hamilton.
All right. Yeah, so do I. I was trying to talk you into taking just Hamilton Stadium. Oh, okay. I was trying to talk you into taking the other team there, Mike. So just so I could catch you, but no, didn't work. Didn't work at all.
Strategy now.
I'm taking Ottawa.
Are you?
There you go. Good for
There
you.
you go. Nice.
Yeah, I
Nice.
am.
Okay.
And I'll have you know that last week I made 2 points, bringing me from 1 to 3,
Wow.
which doesn't 1 point to 3 points, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I actually rose 12,000 positions in the ranking with 2 wins.
Waylon picks that walleye bastard.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's true.
Although I
But I
must
didn't
say,
say it.
no, I must say though that when he scored that, when he threw that 4th touchdown and he was looking over at the Toronto bench and telling Chad to stop talking, that made me laugh. I was like, okay, that's
Who
one
said
time
that?
where
Well,
Levi. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, he was looking at him and he kept like this, and then he's like, "Tell Chad to stop effing talking." That's what he said.
I mean, they both suck, but that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, like in the suck contest, that's a problem for me between those two.
I don't really
but I will
want to talk
say,
about a stuff contest on here.
my cousin's kid is dressing for Hamilton right now. 32 go Banna time. So, but I'm not picking Hamilton to win.
All right.
you can still pick him to lose.
Yeah, exactly. All right then. Super fan, what do we got for prop bets?
All right,
Prop
let's look.
spots.
We've had quite a few in there. Start with Tim Capper.
Oh,
Brop Pet. How many
Oh.
Cody under center drives?
man. Okay, drives. Not how many times is he under
Right.
center, but drives. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
And the Prap Bot from Chris Agar
Yeah.
combined Nick Anderson and Shaylin Garn tackles.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Get your abacus out.
Yeah, that would take me a little. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Pierre Bourret is asking EE interceptions over under 0.5.
So are we going to finally get one? Period.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Interesting. Okay, well that's an interesting one.
Kobe Godwin. DB hits that make the crowd go oof, or just DB tackles.
Or just to be exactly. Oh man, that hit by Bynum. Holy man.
That was pretty awesome.
I can't remember. Was it you, Mike, that said I need a stretcher after that hit?
Yeah.
That was a big one. Yeah.
And last from our good friend in town, Paul Reckner.
Ah,
Number of phone calls Linda gets prior to opposition kick. Oh, we got
How many
one.
times can Linda say terpene without laughing?
That's right. Oh, we got one snuck in under the wire there.
Okay. Yeah.
Total yards for Leak and Rankin combined.
Oh
These are
my.
big numbers.
These are big
Mhm.
numbers. All right. Well, super fan, which one do you like there?
Oh, there's just so many in there. I mean, obviously, we do love the total number of phone calls.
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, especially because we can all add to it.
Yeah.
I'm picking the over. Calling every time they kick. Yeah.
What was the first one again?
The first one was how many times Cody Fajardo, how many drives for Cody Fajardo. Then there was Nick Anderson and Shaylin Garn's tackles added together.
That could be a big number.
Then there was interceptions at 0.5. Over under at 0.5. Do they get one or do they not? Then there was
Tackles.
I got that one.
Did you?
Oh no, defensive back tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other one.
Defensive back tackles. Got it.
Defensive back tackle. Don't screw up the vowels on that one either.
That's
yeah,
right.
that would be bad. Yeah.
Back tickles.
Correct. I was thinking buck tickles, but that's
Whatever.
totally different. Yeah.
Well, Buck's the coach.
And then total yards, Leak and Rankin combined, and total number of phone calls Linda gets. So, which one?
Given that
Oh,
the run defense on BC is pretty tough right now, and I just got to be me. So let's go with our combined yards because I want to see how big this number can get between Rankin and Leak.
Oh.
Or do we want to do just rushing yards? And that could be anybody.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think that would be sufficient. You want to do just rushing yards?
Yeah,
So
total
anybody
rushing
who
yards.
rushes? Okay.
As opposed to Leanne's, which could be actually passing yards as well, or return yards, or
That's what I was going to ask. How are we going to do that? So
yeah, let's just do rushing yards total for anyone.
rushing yards total. Okay.
4.
And yeah, hi Wilson. Sorry, just tried to take my arm off to say hello. Okay, so
Because Leak only had 10 yards rushing?
yeah, this last game we had 140 total, and Rank had 105 of them. So, okay. So total rushing yards with everybody included. Okay. 13 and a, is that for the phone calls, Paul?
Yeah, I
Or
think
is
so.
that,
Might be.
yeah, okay. I hope that's for the phone calls because if we only get 13 yards rushing, we have a
Trouble.
lot of problems. Remember, I said I was watching the offensive line. Yeah, I'll be crying if that's what I'm watching. Yeah. See the Lions fan 74 yards on one play. Oh.
It was still there.
Oh, well, when we get 74 yards on one play this week, yeah. Paul's making 8 of them. I'm also making 8 of them when they have to keep punting. Okay, let's set the line at... I'm going to set the line at 103.5.
I like it.
With everybody running. So... all right, Linda, over or under?
Over.
Wow, that was very definitive. All right then, Superfan Mike.
Over.
Oh, Superfan going over. All right, Commissioner.
It's over.
Over. All right. I am going to go under.
There we go.
Just to be different or because you have no faith?
Because everyone has the right to be wrong.
No, because I think they're going to get 100. Not 103.
No.
I think it'll be close, but we won't get there.
If they get 103 on the dot, I'll be getting a text.
I'm going to be like, that's a line right there. I nailed it. That's what I'm going to be saying after that.
But they'll get 104.
I'll be like, also nailed it. I win anyway. Yeah, I set a great line. Just, that half yard that Cody can get. Yeah. It's practicing at avoiding untimely phone calls right now. Well, we'll see how that...
It's ringing.
Oh, it's ringing.
And in case he's probably just wants to tell you that there appears there's an avocado missing in the background.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. 2 missing. Oh my, that's hilarious. Practicing because it's as we're recording, she's not going to answer. Weird. Okay. So Brian says if you're including everyone, it will be over. Trey will get his 2.
We are including
the last
everyone.
2 game. Trey has only ran for a total of 8 yards, isn't it?
No,
Didn't
he have 14 in the last game?
Oh, right. So 20 in total for 2 games. So
22.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, we shall see. I got to take a few chances here to try and catch up. It's early in the season. I'll have time to catch back up.
There you go.
I'm going to do that. All right. Do we have a couple of questions there that we want to take?
Few 100,000. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Yeah. Well,
Lots of people
all the
talking
time in the
about
world. Yeah.
the
Okay.
Horde and Tell.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Amazing.
Some fun
They were
stuff in
amazing.
there. Coach Vic, what a question. Did Mike pick the numbers? Of course Mike picked the numbers. Kobe, amazing helmets. Leanne, very cool. Our good friend Jesse is in the chat.
nice.
So cool, super fan. I love the history of our beloved team. And of course, our good friend Lori must get a 65.
Naturally.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nice
feel
one
like
here.
she could get it signed if she wanted to, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I was her brother Brent had his jersey wasn't signed, so
Yeah, I
he
know.
said he can't figure out how to get a hold of him.
Well, we saw him after the game, and he said, "Oh, he got it signed on the field after the win." And I said, "So next week, where are you going to get him to sign it after they win?
Exactly.
on the front this time, or just to get a new signature every game."
Yeah, exactly. My good friend Lance, who actually made the helmets, is in the chat.
Oh,
and
nice.
He said, I also have done the BC helmet history. He actually sent me the pictures of them. There's 30 different helmets in BC's long history.
Crazy.
So
I feel like Capper will be reaching out shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brian already has the Podfather, although he does say can't fit a Sunday in those.
Well, I mean, you could. It's just not very good.
Yeah.
It'd be like, it's. Plus, I don't want to wreck the insides. They look so pretty.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do the DQ helmets next, but I've got one. So.
Oh well, yeah.
It's much shorter.
I've got them all.
Oh,
I have I mean Edmonton ones.
Oh.
For Edmonton ones, I've just got the one. But
Yes. True story.
Linda's like, I have all of them. I'll do Horde next week. Yeah.
Perfect. I have a few backed up here, but yeah, we got time. We got lots of time.
You do.
Speaking of the Podfather, he did say that's a crazy stat, 10 years with no return TD, and I complain about the Lions return game. It's not 10 years without a return TD, it's 10 years without a punt return TD.
Correct.
Deontay Alexander had a kick return 2 years ago, which was the first one in 8 years.
So 2 in 10 years, like
I was on the phone.
We'll be getting another one, don't worry.
We're
all going to be calling every kick, just so.
Amazon. 2 years ago, I was.
I'm gonna change the way my phone shows up. It says Amazon now. Yeah, I'm like, Hi.
I've been called worse.
That's fair. I've been
better.
Worse. Yeah.
And just because we knew it was going to happen, Tim says, Lance, hit me up. Again, I will connect you. I'll connect you on Facebook there, chat, and you guys can work it out there.
Outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian does say, if I was the Elks, I would run, and run some more against BC. The Lions D-line is decimated with injuries at the moment. Toure also likely to be suspended. Yeah, that was that interesting end to the game there. Serious concerns about stopping Rankin.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I probably should have had that information before I set the line, Brian. No, it's fine.
Yeah. And Tim does say, just remind your line not to commit an unsportsmanlike penalty late.
I don't know. Did that happen to you, Tim? Yes, it did. Stupid damn.
Sure did.
And it sure was an unsportsmanlike penalty.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, it 100% was the right call. Hey, one thing we didn't actually talk about when we were talking about the game, the fumble that got overturned by the roughing the passer. Again, right call, because it did hit the helmet and didn't cause the fumble. But I've seen it now, in not just in our games, in other games too. And I understand they have called it like that straight through. You get a hand on a helmet, no matter how light it is. If a hand touches helmet, flag. So I appreciate the consistency. I don't really like it because I think it takes away from what roughing the passer should actually be. But at least the consistency is there, and so I do appreciate that part. Yeah.
All right. Anything else in here? That's on the wrong.
I like that song, Mike. Do you want
That's
to
a good
keep
one.
that going? Yeah.
Pierre says J-Mac called an amazing game. Jordan Maximic called an amazing game against Ottawa. And he continue the magic against his old team. Interesting perspective.
It
Ken
is-
says, well, he knows that defense. And Brian says, and the defense knows him.
Correct. I don't think it worked in week 1. And
Right.
that's my little bit of a worry with that. And I don't know. I don't know that, again, Linda, I get what you're saying with some of the calls, but we don't know if it's the call or the receiver or Trey decision. Like, it's hard to say like which thing it is, but it does look like it was very conservative. Although I did know in this game against Ottawa that they were really going for the short passing game just to
Right.
try and get around that aggressiveness that they have in their front seven. Knowing that BC will be a little bit less on the front four, maybe that then gives him that time to develop those longer plays down the field. I know the catch by Javon Leake, which was crazy. But even Trey was saying like he was supposed to be more left. And so I just kind of threw it up there, but it was too close to bring the other corner in. And so that's why it was so much more contested, but a great catch. So we'll see if they change that up a little bit. I, like you, Linda, I'm hoping that they're hitting more guys in motion. I have always preferred that. It's 2nd and 8. Let's go for 40. Yeah, pretty much. Or second and 8. Let's go for 6. That's
Right.
the part that drives me crazy. Get to
down
the
and distance, as Brian would say.
catch it on the run for a chance to catch the other 2 or 3 yards. Like I just want to see that more. Yeah.
I was really hard on Trey last week, and that's why the coach gets to take all my wrath this week.
Okay.
Fair.
That's
It's got to share the love. Spread it
Hey,
around.
sorry, what that last one was saying, the play calling on the drive 2 with the TD. That I agree with. The first 2 series,
The scripted drives, I think, were good.
the scripted drives were awesome. Yes,
Even
I
a
100%
broken
agree.
clock's right twice a day, though.
And
Like Bo Levi.
the plans were good. It was just the stuff that then, as the game went on and the defense kind of knew more, then it became a little more vanilla than I'd like.
Yep.
Or a little short of what I would like, I guess.
Yep. Leanne says, buried way up in the chat, but lots of high snaps this game. It didn't help Trey.
Yes, that's true.
And Paul says, Corte was the lowest graded center by PFF this week. I think your point is good. Again,
Okay.
somebody that's been trying to shift over to that left guard spot and taking all his reps at guard, and now forced being back in center. Corte, of course, was the Western rep for All-Star at that position. So I don't think he's forgotten how to play the role, but it is something to get your mind switched over for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that Ottawa line is like that front four is good, and so I think there was a little bit of you got to be ahead of it, right? So Paul saying that Beard was reportedly back running around last week, so maybe back early off the 6th game. Yeah, I did see that as well at practice, that he was doing some running drills in the back corner of the end zone. So good steps.
Yep.
To see Beard on his way back.
Absolutely. And we'll just have a couple here to sort of end this part off. Our good friend Guy, who's returning.
Nice.
We want Cody back. Cody Grace, of course, coming to us from the Stampeders. And speaking, someone else wanting to piggyback off of that, Tim Capper would also like a Cody back. He'd like to rescind the Cody and MBT trade.
Sorry?
It's pronounced quarterback, not Cody back.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's very good you're here to help us with that, Linda.
Yeah.
No, sorry. No take backsies on both. Yeah,
that's right.
It's just how it works. Yeah. They just wanted to be here. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Yeah. Although it does seem, I have to say, with talking with Trey, it seems like that relationship between him and Cody is really good.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
Really seems like they believe in one another, and they want to help each other to succeed. And so
it's hard not to like Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know. That I know. He just smiles, and you're like,
even if he pronounces his own last name wrong, what are you gonna do?
Fajardo. Get it right. Jeez.
Get it right, man.
When are you going to say your own name right? It's like Calaris. What the heck? Why do you said Calaris? Oh, it isn't. No.
No.
Colaros.
Color.
Say your own name right.
SpaghettiOs and
Ugly Sidney
Coloros.
Crosby. Yes. Oh my, bringing all the old fun back. All right. Well, this was fun. It is always nice to talk about a win, and hopefully we will get to do that again very shortly. But we will be around on Sunday, and we're hoping that we will see all of you there at the tailgate, 2:00. Make sure you come by, grab your pierogies, bring your Super Cat tattoo beer, and tell us how much you enjoy it. Linda says it's wonderful, so I would go with that. All right, where do we find everybody online? Let's start with you, Linda.
Trying with help from Kamish and some other younger friends to be on Instagram at TrueBrew42
Awesome.
for the beer parts.
That's awesome. I love it. Love it. I love the pictures. It's outstanding. Super fan.
You can find me at 56 Parkies, and then all these crazy little helmets and everything else we posted at the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. Commissioner.
On Twitter at Duchess Lombardi.
Perfect. And you can follow the show, of course, at the Turf District, or me at Freepalicious, if you feel like learning about Lego or following along on any of the 3 down, things, all those things. Those all happen over there. So thank you again for following us. And make sure you follow our friends at Pay It Forward with Football as they continue to do great work in spreading kindness. And that is what we need in this world today. We will be back next week. No, I lied. We will be back in 2 weeks because we have a bye week next week. So we will be back on the 22nd, and we will recap the BC game at that point and then set up the game against Saskatchewan that week. So make sure that you join us in 2 weeks' time. Other than that, please check out the store and help support the show. If you can't do it that way, then hey, give us a like, give a comment, share, all those types of things that don't cost anything. Just help grow the show. We really appreciate it. So for Linda, Commissioner Kayla, and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you in 2 weeks.